What's up, guys? It's me again. I know I haven't uploaded in a really long time, but to make it a short story work, I have been missing World Cup games, which really annoys me because of my job doing third shift, and I've only been able to watch one World Cup game, and that was today with England Senegal, which England won, by the way. If you want a really quick recap, the ones that are out of the World Cup: Ecuador, Qatar, Iran, Wales, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Tunisia, Denmark, Germany, Costa Rica, Belgium, Canada, Cameroon, Serbia, Uruguay, and Ghana. Those are all the people that are out of the World Cup, and also America and Australia as of recent. Some topsy-turvy games left and right this World Cup. Qatar has really been surprising us. But today, I'm going to be reacting to my group stage predictions. I'm going to see how accurate I place these groups. And let me tell you, not feeling too confident. You start off with how I did Group A. Netherlands, Senegal, Ecuador, and Qatar. And it turned out Netherlands, Senegal, Ecuador, Qatar. Number one. I mean, if you have a basic knowledge of football, you would know that that is exactly how the group would have turned out. Qatar, zero explanation needed. Ecuador, I mean, we kind of knew they would perform like that because of Enner Valencia carrying them. Senegal, no Sadio Mane. You expect them to get out of the group still. In the Netherlands, well, they didn't lose a game, so. Group B, I said England first, Wales second, Iran third, America fourth. What actually happened was England first, USA second, Iran third, Wales fourth. If you switch around USA and Wales, I would have gotten it correct. But the US, I really did a number on them. I really didn't put a lot of faith in them. Wales, what was I expecting? It was their first World Cup since the 50s. Their squad is average at best. And America, albeit they had a really decent squad, but it wasn't enough to beat the Netherlands, obviously. So America shocked me. They looked really good, but against the superpowers, fat chance. Put them against the top 10 European team, and they're getting crushed. So yeah, Wales disappointed me, and Iran, well, who they went against? Was it Wales? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was against Wales. 2-0 Wales. They lost to England 6-2, by the way, and obviously the one that lost to Iran. But Wales was really pitiful. Like, they didn't win a single game. 1 point, only scoring once, and conceding 6. Oh my goodness. Wales had a pitiful tournament, and I was half right about Group B. So I still have one correct group, so we'll keep that. Group C, I said Argentina first, Mexico second, Poland third, Saudi Arabia fourth. What actually happened was Argentina first, Poland second, Mexico third, Saudi Arabia fourth. Literally just switch around Mexico and Poland, and I would have gotten it correct. Mexico flopped this World Cup. They are out in the group stage, Mexico, for the first time since 1966. That was when England won the World Cup. Jesus Christ, we were talking about, will Mexico break the round of 16 curse? Will they make it out of the group stage is the question. God above. But don't worry, Mexico is going to be back next World Cup because they're hosting it along with USA and Canada, so there's that. Poland really shut me up here. I mean, what was it? They drew their first game, what was it, against Mexico 0-0. They beat Saudi Arabia 2-0, but they lost against Argentina 2-0, I think, yeah. And they obviously lost to France today 3-1. So Poland, Lewandowski scored a couple goals at least, but somehow was it, just because I think Mexico flopped was the reason Poland got out. If Mexico had that one striker, hold on. If they had brought Santiago Jimenez from Feyenoord, I don't think this would have happened. I don't know why the Mexico coach didn't bring Santiago Jimenez, seeing as he's joint top scorer in the Europa League this season. But that's a big loss for Mexico right there. Their first World Cup without Javier Hernandez, a.k.a. Chicharito, and they go out in the groups. And they didn't bring Santiago Jimenez. So Mexico, to the drawing board you go, but at least you sacked your coach. And while Saudi Arabia, basic knowledge. You knew they were going to go fourth. Although they did beat Argentina, which shocked everybody, they still flopped. Group F, or D, I said Denmark, Australia, France, and Tunisia. What actually happened was France, Australia, Tunisia, and Denmark. I totally butchered this one. France, just... Why did you have to be the team to break the World Cup curse by going top of your group? They lost to Tunisia, though. Don't let that escape your mind. They lost to Tunisia, but why did you have to be the team to break the curse? I did predict Australia to get out of the group. I got that right at least. But Denmark, you really disappointed. Like, from your semifinal run in the Euros to this, what happened? Matter of fact, I even got Tunisia's placement wrong. They are third, and Denmark was bottom. Jesus Christ, I bombed this group totally. What happened with Denmark? They drew their first game, what was it? 0-0 with Tunisia. They lost 2-1 to France, and they lost 1-0 to Australia. That's a pitiful World Cup for Denmark right there. And as you know, France broke the World Cup curse. So yeah, in short, I totally bombed Group D. Group E, Germany, Spain, Japan, and Costa Rica is how I predicted it. How it actually happened was Japan first, Spain second, Germany third, Costa Rica fourth. If you switch around Germany, Japan, I would have gotten it totally correct. That is the story of like half of these freaking groups for me. Jesus. So Germany totally bombed out of a World Cup yet again out in the group stage. It was the first time in Germany's history they have gone back-to-back World Cups exiting in the group stage. So that's a big red flag right there. And Japan, I totally knew they would contest for the top two. Listen to this. I could see them fighting for second place too. Now, this is not my bar. I could see Japan fighting for second. They clearly exceeded expectations on this one. So in short, if you switch around Japan and Germany, I would have had a perfect group yet again. Still one for... How many groups are there? I'm 1 for 5. Awesome. Group F, I said Belgium first, Croatia second, Morocco third, and Canada fourth. What actually happened was Morocco first, Croatia second, Belgium third, Canada fourth. I hate my luck. Oh my fucking god. Literally switch around Morocco and Belgium, you have a perfect group again. Belgium, you're trash. Belgium, you're trash. Don't even get me started on the game against Croatia, Belgium. How Croatia aren't out in the group stage is a freaking wonder because of that gorilla Lukaku can't finish to save his life. Not being racist, just a rhetorical remark. Morocco just shocking everybody by drawing with Croatia, obviously, beating Belgium 2-0 and then beating Canada 2-1. So Morocco shocked everybody going top of the group, which is, by the way, something Morocco hasn't done since 1986. That was the last time they went first in their group. Also, obviously, they had to face West Germany, and then they got knocked down the round of 16. But here, we'll see if history can repeat themselves. They have to face Spain in the round of 16, so we'll see what happens. And, well, Croatia, let's just say we are very, 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 very lucky we're not out the group stage, because that Belgium game, if I had bleach, I would have dunked it into my eyes, because that was a horror show. And Canada, well, nobody really surprised by that. And it looks like there's a lot of internal conflict in that Belgian locker room, too. Roberto Martinez is gone now. Lukaku, De Bruyne, Courtois, Hazard, Trossard, Batshuayi, they kind of look like they all hate each other. So somebody needs to go in there and just get a level-headed mind in there and just sort out that Belgian squad because it's not looking healthy. Group F, we have Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon is how I predicted this group would go. Group G, sorry, but it actually ended up Brazil, Switzerland, Cameroon, Serbia. Serbia. What happened? How did you not make it out of the group stage with that squad you had? Milinkovic-Savic, Kostic, Mitrovic, Vlahovic. How? Loss, draw, loss. Lost to Brazil, kind of expected. Drew to Cameroon 3-3. You choked a 2-goal lead to Cameroon in 5 minutes. And you lost to Switzerland, which was, by the way, a fantastic game. 3-2 to Switzerland. That game was feisty. Towards the final 5-10 minutes of the game, Xhaka, oh my god, he was instigating the living hell out of the Serbians. He wanted Mitrovic to swing. He wanted somebody of that Serbia squad to swing. Rajkovic, I know, he's like getting heated at him because he said something about his wife. So Xhaka wanted something bad to happen because he was teasing him like, yeah, we're going out around to 16, up yours, yeah. So Xhaka instigating some proper at that game, and Serbia, well, you disappointed me. My dark horse goes out in the group stage. Oh my goodness, man. Switzerland, on the other hand, 1-0 win Cameroon, lost to Brazil, obviously, and then they beat Serbia, yeah. So, in all, Serbia, you disappointed me. Shame on you. And Brazil, well, on the final day of their group game, they lost to Cameroon, which, I mean, it didn't matter because they already exceeded or went through to the round of 16 already at that point, so it didn't really matter to them, but it's still kind of a blemish, seeing as you lost to Cameroon. Like, come on, really? And finally, we have Group H, where I predicted Portugal first, Uruguay second, South Korea third, and Ghana fourth. What actually happened was Portugal first, South Korea second, Uruguay third, Ghana fourth. Literally switch around South Korea and Uruguay, and I would have had a perfect group again, dude. Oh my god. In total, I went 1 for 8. Anyway, Portugal, you knew they were gonna get first place. I mean, what they go? They beat, who was it? Hold on, they beat Ghana 3-2. The Portuguese defense very questionable, might add. They conceded 4 goals, as much as South Korea did. Beat Ghana 3-2, 2-0 Portugal, but then they lost to South Korea, shockingly. South Korea, on the other hand, how the hell did you make it out of the group with just Heung-min Son and a bunch of other random South Koreans? Listen to this. Uruguay, they'll still make second, but it could be a battle between Uruguay and South Korea, if we're being serious here. Valverde, he's going to... And that is exactly what happened. Kind of. South Korea and Uruguay, even though... What happened here? Even though they drew 0-0, and pretty much the same record. The only reason South Korea went through was because of goals. But Uruguay, y'all motherfuckers were failures, dude. Valverde disappointed. He did all he could. He wasn't disappointed, but he did all he could. Suarez disappointing. De Arrascaeta was really the one driving force. Was it against their final game against Ghana? Oh my God, the Ghana game. Ghana had a penalty. Call back to the 2010 knockout game with the Suarez handball thing. But you think Ghana were going to finally score a penalty? No, the Ghanaian captain, Jordan Ayew, misses, just like Asamoah Gyan did back in 2010, and Ghana probably hates Uruguay with a burning passion. In short, with this group, Portugal, we kind of expected this. South Korea and Uruguay, major stinker. South Korea shocked us, and Ghana, well, kind of expect this to happen. So in total, I got one group accurately correct. In conclusion, I have the worst ball knowledge in the world. Now, I'm not the only one, right? I mean, come on. There has to be somebody out there, at least a few people who are just like me, that got one team off from a perfect table. I'm not the only one, right? Like, I'm human. We make mistakes. Anyway, that was my prediction, guys. I'm going to be reacting to my knockout stage predictions once the World Cup is done, which is shockingly in which is shockingly in 2 weeks. Holy crap, this World Cup flew by. Kind of sad, man. I don't want it to end. Anyway, I'm going to react to my knockout stage predictions when the World Cup is done in 2 weeks. Crazy to think about. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in my next video of after the World Cup. I'm going to upload. Don't worry. See you then.